anglers worldwide. I'm Jabroni Joe, so you already know I am back with another show. And in today's video, I have the whole family with me, the Joe Show, and we are all out at beautiful Red Rock Canyon Adventure Park in Hinton, Oklahoma, one of our favorite spots for our first camping trip of the 2023 season. We just got here. We just got to our favorite spot, the spot that we try to get every time we come out here. We are going to go ahead and get camp set up, and then we have a big announcement for you guys and a couple of things that have gone on in the past few weeks, and we will get to some camping adventure. Let's get to it, guys. Just a quick heads up, anglers, we did have to get a new tent. The tent that we have been using for the past couple of years had a hole in it from some rodents, probably squirrels or raccoons out at the Blue River trying to get through it to get to our food, and the poles were getting kind of worn out and starting to crack and break. So we went ahead and got a new tent, but it is just a brand new version of the same one that we had before, the Coleman, I think it's called Backwoods 2 or Backwoods 4. But we just got a brand new one. We're gonna bust it out of the box, get it set up, and get right to it.
What? Real good. I think you got it this part, right? Why is it 6 feet longer than that? I go! Old does not like me.
Alrighty, we got the tent all put up and put together. Man, new tents, I forgot how much a new tent, when it's not stretched out and stuff, it is tough to put it together. It almost felt like it was going to break at times, but now that it's together, it's real solid. And it's going to be a windy night, so hopefully it withstands the wind okay. But we need to go ahead and get our stuff out of the car, get it into the tent, so that's what we're going to start doing now. Kendricks is having a nice fight with a tree.
Fight the tree.
Yeah. Now's a good time to use one of my Christmas presents. We're gonna try out the chill and reel this weekend, hopefully. Man, that's good. Alrighty guys, now that camp is pretty much set up, we've got a beverage open. The wife is airing up the air mattress. I'm gonna start getting firewood collected to make dinner tonight. And then we will finally be able to relax and start having some fun. Let's get to searching for some firewood. Nope. It's a nice big branch. Here's another. What? Yeah. Go put it on the pile, Bubby. Starting to get a pretty respectable pile once it's all broken down into what will go in the fire pit, but we still need more. Let's keep at it. Oh, I see one. Oh, this is gonna be perfect. Yeah, this I think should be all the rest of the firewood we need.
Oh.
All right, now we got to get to breaking all of this down so that we'll have a fire later. Whew. Alrighty guys, I think that might be good enough for tonight. We just need enough fire to cook with and stay warm for a little while. It's not going to be burning all night, so I think that's all I'm going to break up for now. Alrighty anglers, now that we have camp all set up and we're finally able to sit down and relax, it is time for us to unveil our huge news to you, and that is that the Jabroni Joe Outdoors family is growing by one in the year 2023 because Mrs. Jabroni and I are expecting a baby. Baby will be here at the end of June. We are very excited. Kendrick's, my son, Jabroni Jr., is super excited to be a big brother. So we are extremely excited about all of this, and we can't wait to have another little buddy to take on adventures with us, whether it be a boy or a girl. Anything you want to add, Mrs. Jabroni?
No, I'm exhausted but happy. That's really it.
Thank you guys so much for watching the channel. I wanted to share this news with you guys and wish us luck over the next few months as we prepare for our new arrival. Alrighty anglers, even though it's a little windy, we're going to try something new for dinner tonight. I'm going to try and make pizza in the cast iron over the campfire. I made some pizza dough here yesterday before we came out here. I was going to make it out here if we were staying for 2 days, but it has to sit for 24 hours. But what is nice about this recipe is it can sit overnight in just the temperature that you are at, either in your tent, in your car, outside. It's a room temperature dough. You don't have to put it in a refrigerator. So we've got the dough here and we've got the cast iron. Let's get this dough opened up and take a look. This is roughly 20 hours, I want to say, since I made it. If you guys want the recipe for this dough, be sure to drop a like and a comment down in that comment section and let me know, and I might do that in a future video. But we're going to divide this up. This is enough to make 2 pizzas. So I'm going to go ahead and divide this up and get the first pizza rising here in the cast iron, and then we will go from there. Alrighty guys, the first pizza is in the cast iron. It needs to sit for about an hour because I just re-aggravated the yeast. After an hour, I should be able to press it out to the edges. It'll expand a little bit more, and I'll be able to press it out to the edges, get the toppings and the sauce and all that on there, and get it onto a fire. While we're waiting for this to rise, we're gonna go to the park and have some fun with the kiddo, and we will catch you guys when it comes time for dinner time. Kendrick's got a scooter for Christmas, so he is trying to learn how to ride it. He's getting the idea down. He's just learning the balance stuff. Look at you up on top of the rocks like that.
I hope I don't fall.
Yeah, don't fall. You'll be okay.
Doing great.
There's the little daredevil close to the edge. You got it, bub. You got it.
All right.
Sit your booty right here.
No. I can actually stand.
Look at ya.
So brave, standing on the rock.
What?
So brave.
Hey, look over there.
It's a shoe.
That.
Someone lost the shoe.
It looks like part of a shoe, not the whole shoe.
How about this?
Chilling out on top of a little rock structure with the boy. Having a good time here in the canyon tonight. There are a couple of different playgrounds here within the canyon. This is one of the smaller ones, so we're going to head over to the larger one that has more of the attractions so that the kiddo can run around a little bit more. Well guys, I was coming over here to throw away my root beer bottle, and looky here. We got a raccoon chilling and sleeping. Wow guys, he is completely asleep. He doesn't even notice that I'm here. That's crazy. He looks so cozy. I wonder how he got in here.
Climb the lid.
Well, yeah, true. Okay, he probably climbed the lid to get in here, but I wonder how stuck he is in here.
Until people put trash inside.
And then he can climb the trash. Yeah.
He's over here.
See.
He's sleeping.
Looks like a kitty, huh? They're really mean when they're awake, so we gotta be quiet.
Come on, you've done this before.
What?
You did this last year. It's okay, honey. Give me your hand. Ready? Let's go.
I can't.
Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. No. Yeah. Give me your hand. Give me your hand. Give me your hand. Come on. We're going down the slide. Give me your hand. Give me your hand. Ready? You ready? Give me your hand. Woo! See?
Hey, don't climb back and slide.
See, that wasn't bad.
Really good.
He's trying to climb up because Kendrick's showing off feats of strength. Good job, Bubby. Ooh, this is always one of my favorite things to play with. Well, if he lets me play with it. Be sure to hold those chains real tight. Good job. Alrighty guys, we're back at the campsite. We're gonna get the fire started because we gotta get the coals nice and hot to make the pizza. So we're doing the standard cotton balls and we'll get it going. Alright guys, we got a fire going. It burned real hot. Now it's going down into those coals that we want. So I'm going to move these coals right up here under the grill. And that's going to agitate it a little bit more for a minute, but that'll go away. Now we can start heating stuff up and getting ready to make the pizza. So the dough has now risen for an hour in the cast iron. I'm going to go ahead and poke it out to the edges. And like I said, it's a lot more manageable now. It's working with my hands a lot better now that it's had time for that gluten and the yeast to rest. Alrighty guys, we're going to dress up the first pizza while the fire is getting hot and ready.
Yeah.
And since it is pan pizza, the sauce can go towards the edge. It's not that big of a deal, but I like having just a little bit of crust left over. And you put the cheese on that crust, and it keeps, if you put the cheese on that bare bit of crust, it keeps the cheese from sliding off when you take that first bite. There we go. I think that's a good enough layer of sauce. This is my homemade pizza sauce from scratch. You guys got to drop a like and a comment down in that comment section if you guys want the recipe to this along with that dough recipe. Now let's add cheese, of course. This is straight up low moisture mozzarella. I buy the block and shred it myself because the pre-shredded stuff has potato starch on it to keep it from sticking together, which causes it to melt weird. Got some pepperoni. There we go. Sliced portobello mushroom. My wife loves mushroom on her pizza. Yes. And some chopped white onion. Thankfully, both my wife and I love onions, so we don't have to worry about the bad breath scenario. This pizza is ready for the fire as long as the fire is ready for it. So we're gonna go over there and get it started. Let's get to it. Okay, so we're gonna give this about 8 minutes to 10 minutes, and then I'm gonna check on it, and we just gotta hope it doesn't overcook. If it undercooks, we can cook it more. If it overcooks, there's nothing we can do about it. So let's, cross our fingers and hope that this goes well, guys. Like I said, guys, this is my first time attempting anything like this, so I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna keep rotating it so it hopefully cooks evenly. And I was gonna get a cast iron lid for my cast iron to put the coals on top of, but I couldn't find one at the store I was at, and I was in a hurry. So I just grabbed this cheap little pan. Figured if I ruin it, I ruin it. It was pretty cheap. But if it does, end up working after this, like it doesn't ruin it, then I can use this as a griddle when we're out camping for making like breakfast and stuff. So that works out. I gotta tell you guys, I have made a lot of stuff over the campfire, but it's normally stuff that like I can pull it off and on the fire, basically. Like, cooking meat or vegetables over the fire is not that difficult once you get the hang of it. You just keep it on the fire. With this, it's delicate, a lot more delicate than what I'm used to, because I'm working with dough. I got to make sure it's not burnt on the outside but doughy and raw on the inside. So I'm a little nervous about this, and hopefully it turns out good. Otherwise, we're going to be eating hot dogs for dinner, because we did bring hot dogs for chili dogs just in case the pizza didn't work out. So fingers crossed, guys. All right, guys, it has been 10 minutes. We're gonna take it off, see where we're at, and go from there. It's plenty melty and delicious looking on top. Let's see. I'm gonna grab a spatula and see if we can feel around the crust. That looks good. It's got some brown coloring. I don't think it's doughy. Let's give it a couple more minutes just to be safe. Should give it a couple more minutes, and then we'll go ahead and take this off, wait for it to cool just a bit so we can get it out of there, and we'll get started on pizza number 2. As it's been about 3 minutes or so, we're gonna go ahead and pull this pizza off for good, bring it over here to cool off for a bit. So while this is cooling, I'm going to stoke the fire back up to make sure there's more coals for the next pizza. And here in about 5-10 minutes, this should be cool enough to remove from the cast iron and get sliced up for us to get munching on. Hopefully it came out just right. Alrighty guys, moment of truth. Let's see how it came out. Nice, clean cast iron. Came out real good. Let's check the bottom here. Little black in the middle, but golden brown around the rest of it. All right. There we go, guys. Now I'm going to pull off a slice here so we can take a look. I think that looks pretty good. Real airy and kind of flaky in there. Oh man. We're gonna let this cool down for a couple more minutes and we're gonna try it out. Pizza number 2 is on. Second pizza is over the fire, which means we're gonna go ahead and try the first pizza. Let's see how it goes. There we go, big slice. All right, let's do it. Perfect. Came out perfect. Crunchy on the outside, soft, fluffy, and chewy on the inside. Man, I don't think I've made better pizza in my oven at home, guys. This is amazing. Oh, honey, you gotta try this.
That is delicious. That is so good.
I'm glad you like it, honey. Alrighty, guys. I have to use the flashlight because it's dark, and we already took a slice off for Kendrick's, but here is the half cheese, half pepperoni pizza. Not quite as crispy on bottom as the first one, but it still came out really good. This was a smashing success, guys. I'm definitely doing this again in the future. I'm not sure how bright this light on me is, guys, but it's gotten dark. We are just enjoying some time by the fire now that both of the pizzas are done. And we're just gonna hang out and eat, relax, enjoy the fire until it goes out, and then we'll probably call it a night. So we will see you guys when we are getting ready for bed. Alrighty, guys, we hung out by the fire, we ate some pizza, but now we are in the tent for the night. We're relaxing. We're gonna watch some of our shows that we have downloaded on our laptop. We always do this. My wife and kiddo prefer to camp in a little bit more luxury than I would, but I do think I'm gonna be doing some videos in the future where I'm doing some simple backpack camping with like minimal gear just by myself, but that's for another time. Real quick, I want to show you guys something kind of nifty about our setup here. My son wants to sleep in his own tent, but he doesn't want to be away from us, so we set his little Spider-Man tent up inside of our tent. And so he's got, it's like his own little bedroom in there, and he absolutely loves this. So that's definitely something you could consider for your kiddos if you're just taking one with you. It's a pretty cool little idea. Anyway, guys, we're going to relax, watch our shows, and then we're going to hit the hay, and I will catch you guys in the morning. Good night. Good morning, everyone. It's probably 8:30 or so. We slept halfway decent. It took a little while to actually get cozy and fall asleep last night, but we had a pretty decent night. Kendrick's was feeling kind of chilly this morning, so he came and joined us here in bed. We're just cuddling up and staying warm for a little while before we get up and actually get around to doing stuff for the day. I know I definitely am going to get up and make a cup of tea here in the next half hour or so. But we got plenty of fun to have here this morning and early afternoon in the canyon before we head home. So let's go ahead and get it started. Well, guys, I was gonna make my morning cup of tea just by boiling water in my coffee pot over the propane grill, but my propane grill is not starting, my propane stove. Like, I got a fresh can of propane, so I know I'm not out of propane, but it's just not flowing the gas. So drop a comment down below if you have any suggestions on what it might be and what could fix that. But for now, I'm gonna have to gather up some firewood and get a fire going to boil the water for my tea. So all right, let's get to it. Okay, guys, we're gonna get the fire started. We've got Jabroni Jr. behind the camera right now, helping Daddy film. He's a good little helper. All right, got the kettle on. Let's wait for the boil. I'm ready for some tea. Ah, guys, a nice cup of hot tea definitely hits the spot on a chilly January morning out camping. Had to work a little extra hard for it by getting the fire going and everything, but made it all the more worth it. For those who have ever been curious as to why I drink tea and not coffee, I love coffee. Coffee is an amazing drink. I love the taste of it, but it does not agree with my stomach very well. So I only drink coffee like in the solitude of my own home on a special occasion. But otherwise, it causes me too many stomach issues, so I stick away from the coffee. So for my morning energy, I used to do like energy drinks. You guys used to see me drinking the sugar-free Monsters all the time, but I'm trying to cut back on that a little bit in the year 2023. So sometime in mid-December, I tried English breakfast tea, just like they do over in the UK, with some sugar and some milk, and I actually quite enjoy it a lot. So I've been doing that most mornings, and sometimes even have a cup before bed, and I definitely tea is definitely my new drink of choice to like start my morning. I still have an energy drink every now and then as a treat to myself, because I really do love those too, but just like with everything you love, you can overdo it. It's got to be in moderation. So that's basically the story on all that. As I sit here enjoying my tea this morning, guys, I wanted to share a few historical facts about the park, because I did some research recently. I was sitting at home and I realized that even though I visit this place 2 or 3 times a year and I've made several videos about the place, I don't know a whole lot about the history of Red Rock Canyon. So I did a little research, found out some really cool historical stuff that I wanted to share with you guys right now. For those who don't know, Oklahoma has some pretty windy winters. It gets really windy, gusts of up to 30, 40 miles an hour in some cases. So before the settlement of the state of Oklahoma, before the land run, this canyon was used as a winter campground for several tribes of Plains Indians. The tall canyon walls into the deep valley provided safety from those harsh Oklahoma winds during the winter. It also, the valley, or the canyon, also provided an abundance of game for them to hunt for food, because the game animals would also come to the canyon seeking refuge from the harsh winter weather. It also has a small creek running through it, which provided them with a source of clear, clean drinking water. So it was the perfect place for the Native American tribes that were around to come and hide, camp out, and live and settle for an entire winter season, so that they can make sure that they could get to the next spring. Fast forward to 1800s, 1849, the California Gold Rush. As we know, a lot of miners and workers were packing up their homes in the east and heading out west on the long road to California to try and get on the gold. And the California Road, as it came to be known, was the way there. The California Road split off at some point. I don't know the exact point, but the California Road split off at some point into 2 separate routes, a northern route and a southern route. And then it would meet back up somewhere around, I believe, the Rocky Mountains in Nevada area before getting over to California. I don't know those exact points of where they break, but I do know that it for sure broke off into a northern and southern route. Along the southern route of the California Road, this canyon became a very popular stop for all of the miners who would come through here. There, in different trails along the canyon, you can actually see ruts in the ground from the wagon wheels that are still there to this day, because of how many people came through this land trying to get to California. So there's a lot of history in this canyon. I find stuff all the time. I have found stairways that are carved into the canyon leading up to the top of the canyon that are not marked trails by the people who work here. It's something that's, if you either stumble upon it and remember where it is, and that's it. Like, it's amazing. I found trails that I'm pretty sure the Native Americans started. I have seen the wagon ruts. It is just an incredibly cool historical place to come and visit. And the fact that it's so beautiful and accommodating, and the people who currently lease it actually really keep up and put in new stuff and make, you know, awesome accommodations for you, it adds to it. It's got all this rich history, and then now it's ran as a very well kept campground. And yeah, guys, like I said, I've told you guys this plenty of times before. This is my favorite place in the state of Oklahoma as of right now to camp. It's beautiful. It's not far from home for us. We never have any trouble when we're out here. So if you are in the state of Oklahoma or close to it, or ever thinking about traveling here and you love to camp, make Red Rock Canyon Adventure Park a stop on your list. I promise you it will be worth it. Well guys, when we first arrived, I showed you guys the chillin' reel that I had gotten for Christmas, and I told you that we'll hopefully be trying it out this weekend. And that was my plan, was to do some fishing. You guys know I love to catfish down here at Red Rock. But unfortunately, I brought my chillin' reel and I brought my rods, but I left the one tackle box that I was going to bring this weekend on the counter at home. It was the one and only thing that I forgot. So it looks like fishing might not happen this weekend. I do have one bass lure, so I might fish for bass for a little bit, but it's January, so the odds of me catching something are pretty slim. But I do think this morning we're going to take the kiddo over to the park. He wants to go back to the park, to the playground, and play around. And then after that, we'll probably pack up to get out of here. Or we might get into some more shenanigans. Let's see what happens. We'll take you guys along for the ride. So I just got done rolling up the tent, guys. And for those that don't know, with a lot of these bigger tents, on the bottom, while it's brand new in the package, it will have this little spot here. And it says remove to expand bag. So after you open it up, if you're having trouble getting it back into its packaging, you can just rip this off and it makes the bag a few inches bigger to fit everything back inside of it. Or if you want to add stuff that wasn't in the box when you first got it. Me though, I am a professional and I'm really good at rolling up a tent. So we are able to zip it up and get it back in without having to expand the bag. Because Jabroni Joe is just that good, and you guys know it. So for those who were unaware, any new subscribers who have not heard me talk about it, I was a music education major in college, but I did not graduate. But music is still a very big part of my life. I write music and play music to this day. And the opening theme song that you hear in every episode, written, performed, recorded, produced, all of that by me. It's probably why it sounds a little crunchy, because I'm not a producer by any means, but the writing and everything is there. My kiddo thinks he's Evel Knievel or something here. We had to throw Ryko's little sweater on him. He was getting a little chilly. My mother-in-law made this sweater for him for Christmas, and he likes it a lot. Well guys, we tore down the campsite before we came to the park because we figured we would want to leave not too long after, because it's kind of rainy and dreary looking. And then while we were at the park, it's starting to sprinkle right now. It looks like rain is coming in. So it is time for us to call it on this camping trip. We're about to head on home. So we're going to hit the road, and I will catch you guys at Studio Joe 2.0 for the outro. See you guys in a few seconds. All right, guys, we have made it home from our awesome camping adventure out at Red Rock Canyon Adventure Park. We had an absolute blast. Cannot wait until the next time we get out to the canyon and for our next camping adventure, wherever it may be. If you guys stuck with us till the end of this video, I want to thank you so much for doing so. I know today was a long episode, but I wanted to give you guys lots of action now that we have the new GoPro batteries and we can record a lot more material when we are out doing all of our amazing outdoor adventures. So be sure, guys, to smash that like button and body slam a comment down in the comment section. Let me know what you thought of today's action. And as always, if you're not already, you got to super kick subscribe and ring my bell so that you guys know every single time Jabroni Joe uploads a new video. I will catch you guys in the next one. We're going to be getting on some fish here soon on the channel. It's going to be an amazing 2023 year for Jabroni Joe Outdoors. So you guys be sure to stay tuned. And remember, if it ain't Joe, it's gotta go. Angler out.